Engineer S.G. Ashok Kumar, Founder and CEO, Prayojana Construction Manage and Training Institute, Bangalore. Sir, I welcome you for this webinar from the Department of Civil Engineering, Don Bosco Institute of Technology.
Thank you, sir. Happy to be there and for the students.
Okay. I also welcome for our chairman, vice president, then secretary, and principal, and all the HODs of Don Bosco Institute of Technology and all the faculty members of Don Bosco Technology for this webinar. I take this opportunity to welcome once again the chairman of Indian Constitute Bangalore Center, Dr. L.R. Manjunath, for this webinar. So on behalf of Department of Civil Engineering, I welcome you, sir, for this webinar. I also welcome the all the MC members of Indian Constitute Bangalore Center and all the senior members of Indian Constitute Bangalore Center for this webinar. So I welcome the office bearers of the Indian Constitute Bangalore Center and the office bearers of CMTI, Prayojana CMTI for this webinar. I welcome all the delegates or the students or the delegates participated from industry and even academia for this webinar. I welcome you all for this webinar, and you can make use of this webinar and you can enjoy another 1 hour. So you will get benefited for the opportunities in construction management. So today the engineer Nataraj is going to talk about the opportunities in construction management in the present scenario. So with this, I will just a few words. So the Don Bosco Institute of Technology, Department of Civil Engineering has taken this opportunity to conduct the various webinars in this pandemic situation. So far we have conducted 12 webinars in this pandemic situation, and also we have conducted 1 week even faculty development program with 11 experts. So the resource persons have shared their knowledge in that faculty development program in various fields of civil engineering. So the Department of Civil Engineering is started in the year 2014. So right now, so we have a 60 intakes. So with this, I welcome you all for this once again for this national webinar. Over to Raghavendra sir.
Thank you, Ramesh sir. First, I would like to say thanks to Ashok sir, who always support us to conduct this kind of programs and who always encourage the students to prepare for themselves to get industry ready. So, first of all, before introducing the Ashok sir, I would like to say a few words about the CMTI. Construction Management Training Institution is a professional organization working towards bridging the gap between the industry and academia. So they are working towards development of construction professionals through structured training programs, internships, etc. So even they've also have short-term courses on construction management, green buildings, digital constructions like building information modeling, BIM, drones in construction, IoT in constructions. The main objective of the CMTA, Construction Management Training Institute, is to enable the students industry ready. So they are associated with the leading colleges and they are providing practical educations during their academics, even in the classroom sessions, offline training session, site visits, online training, and also their main one advantage about this institution is they provide the placement assistance 100%. So that is what even I too attended many programs in the Construction Management Training Institute. So where we found the CEO in the company, CEO most of the time they will sit in the AC room and they will do their business strategy. But as I see, Ashok sir is always sit with the students. He will identify the problems and he will also try to help the students. He give them many opportunities for the students to get placed in the good industry. For reputation industry, and many of them, those who are placed from the CMT, are there leading the role in their what they have selected in the company. So that is what the CMT Construction Management Training Institute are doing. That they are doing wonderful job, and even the prices also, when we talk about the fees, they're very reasonable price, as I know that. So because many programs they have conducted, and they are doing many, and also November 1 onwards they are doing MSP projects. They're very nominal, and the main advantage is they're providing the placement assistance till you get placed. So if you don't want the company, they will give the another better opportunities. So that flexibility was there with that, and Ashok sir is always there with the students to help them, to encourage them, and he will identify the problems, and he always gives the solution to them. He sit with them, and he will talk to them. You give him most of the time. He will spend most of the time with them, with the students. That is, as a founder and CEO of CMTI, he is very down to earth, and his always main intention is to help the students to get well placed, and is also identifying the industry problem, and is also collaborated with many industries, and is trying to make the students to industry ready. So by providing required skill which fit for the industry. So that is what about CMTI. So now I welcome Ashok sir for this webinar on opportunities on construction management. If we talk about Ashok sir is certified Indian Green Building Council accredited professional, certified project management professional, core convener IGBSC Bangalore chapter, students and institutions. Started career as a junior engineering, having a 22 years construction field experience in various projects of industrial, highways, airports, residential, urban developments. Construction management for development of airfield rigid pavements in Hyderabad International Airport. Also involved in planning manager for Ahmedabad Virmagam Highway project, Zonal 8 for residential project, and general manager for urban development project. This is the area where he served, and he also collaborated with many industries like L&T, GMC projects, Atlanta Limited, CCC, Consolidated Construction Consortium, Patel, and even CMT also associate with the ACCE and Green Building Council. On behalf of Don Bosco Institute of Technology and Indian Concrete Institute, Bangalore Center, I welcome Engineering Ashok sir. Ashok sir, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Raghavendra and Dr. Aurel Ramesh for arranging this wonderful program. Hope my voice is audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I will share my screen also. Is my screen is visible? Someone can respond?
Yes, sir. Please proceed.
Thank you for providing once again an opportunity, and happy to associate with Don Bosco Institute of Technology. A year before, we have signed a memorandum of understanding with DBIT. Dr. Kiran Gowda was the initiator, and earlier HOD was also there, and now happy to associate with Dr. Aurel Ramesh and Mr. Raghavendra. As Raghavendra sir has told, CMT is a professional organization working towards the development of construction professionals. About my profile, he has already explained. And today's topic I will get into, because the time is limited, and we will have our session limited to the topic given. So opportunities in construction, what is the opportunities available? And due to pandemic, a lot of changes are happening. Which industry is doing well? Where the industry, because construction is a vast domain, you have to track the things where the projects are happening, where the government spending is there, where the private spending is there. According to that, we have to fine tune and search our jobs over there. Then people are successful. And happy to share this one more information. CMT has a, excuse me, somebody. Yeah. 1 second. Yes, CMT has trained and placed nearly 750 construction professionals in past 3 years through structured training programs. Hiring a fresher is a challenge for the industry also, or for the candidate also. Getting from the college immediately to the ground, it is a challenging one. To bridge the gap, we found that there is some mechanism is required, some fine tuning is required, because the syllabus, whatever given in the academics, it's not matching about the requirements about the employer, because the employers look for the functional profiles which are maybe based on their workplace requirements, and their expectations also very high. And these days everyone is looking for experience, 2 years experience minimum, 3 years each and every employer is having. Then who will give the work to the freshers? If everyone is asking for experience, where the fresher will get the work, get their first work. So the VTU also made it mandatory that internships has to be done properly, and these internship will convert them into the opportunities. This we have seen, and it is very much useful. We have seen a lot of people who have taken this very good internship program. Instead of getting the certificates, instead of doing something and after then taking the certificate, it counts their career also well. So the internships also plays a vital role in getting their jobs and understanding about the industry also. A preview, the candidates are getting the preview about the industry before getting into the work. You will not have a regret on the work. So about CMTA, I will take 5 minutes. After then our speaker, Mr. Natarajan sir, he is going to speak on opportunities available in the sector. About the CMTA, learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge. The knowledge only will make you great. There is no other alternate for this. This is great words by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. With this, I will start this session. Hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, is it visible?
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we rise by lifting others. So we also are rising because a lot of engineering colleges and companies, we have signed up MOUs. Recently, we tied up with Naredco Karnataka also for getting the internships and training their engineers and getting our students also to their projects and all. This is helping a lot of students to get into the field by getting a knowledge. So we are a professional life member for ACCE and IGBC also. I am heading the college and institutions for Indian Green Building Council, and a lot of the green building programs are happening. Green building is a new topic for any civil engineer, but it is gaining its momentum. Around 7.5 billion square feet of construction is under green construction is happening, and the engineers should know about the Indian green buildings. So that's the objective, and we are conducting so many programs under IGBC. I will invite I am constantly inviting the students to take part in IGBC. And this is my profile. I am a project management professional, certified professional, and I am a green professional. And I started career as a junior engineer and having around 22 years of experience in construction, especially in the infrastructure, residential and urban development. I started with CMC and worked for HCC, L&T and Artha. These are the companies where I worked. And presently I am heading the CMT. Earlier it was Pravina CMTA, now it is CMTA. Somebody's audio is disturbing. Can you mute yourself so that audience will listen? Yeah, thank you. So presently we have our office in Jayanagar, Bangalore, third block, and we are conducting various programs related to the construction management. All our courses are approved by council. Our vision is to uplift the construction professional by structured training. Our mission is to improve the employability of the construction professional So our training starts from the third year onwards. Various programs we are doing. So all are specific functions, functional trainings. Example, if you take project plan using Primavera, MSP, and quantities. These are the programs where short-term programs. What we are giving, all are short-term programs. You can get a quick knowledge about a particular functional profile, and you can get into the job at the company. This is our pilot program. It's, 8 weeks programs is happening, and a lot of students are attending this kind of a program. Yeah,
I'm mixing cold.
somebody. What? Excuse me. Somebody's audio is. Yeah, excuse me. Somebody's audio is open. Seems to be. Give me. Yeah. Okay. Few examples of the people who has recently backed their offer, their case studies also will say. This Namrata, she is done her internship in 7th semester and has practically gone to the project sites and all. And she learned the short-term course and she took. And presently she is working as a project coordinator in HouseJoy. She bagged the offer recently last week only. And the training helped her to gain the job. And the company is looking for. They have not asked fresh engineers required. They asked project coordinators required. Like that, they will give the requirement based on the functional profile, functional profiles only. So functional profiles helps. You have to be specific which area you are going to work and what will be your role and responsibilities. If you prepare, definitely you will get a nice job. And a lot of companies are hiring. Now infrastructure spend is more. Government is pushing like anything after the COVID, the infrastructure. We have launched the infrastructure course also because each and every city metro construction is happening. Airport, 100 plus airports are under construction, and highways also are under construction, expressways and all. There are good amount of requirement in infrastructure. We understand. So those areas also you can have your interest. You can track the industry based on their industry spend only. You will get the jobs. These are the few appreciation certificates given by the various colleges where we are associated. We conduct regularly programs over there. These are industry what we speaks about. Yeah, someone by mistake he has muted me. Seems to be Kamal. Yeah, okay, Kamal. Yeah. Sorry. Lot of companies we are tied up, and these companies are placing the requirements, and they after their requirements we train them and we place them. Few companies appreciation letters I have posted here. What are the programs we conduct is workshops at colleges like this, and with 3 months extensive course and key functional area courses we are doing, and customized about the key functional area courses. Sir is going to explain in detail. And the short-term internship programs we are doing, and the software trainings also we are doing. And recently we have completed a faculty development program for SRM Engineering College, Chennai. Their faculties got trained on quantity surveying and the importance of quantity surveying. It's a area where a lot of focus is required, and young engineers, fresh engineers can concentrate on quantity surveying. There the requirements are more presently. And why CMTA? CMTA will help you in the selection of your project work, selection in skill sets, and we do counseling sessions with the students, and we identify their skills, and we give them a proper guidance, and how to prepare the CV, and how to crack the interviews we are regularly conducting. Our people are able to crack the interviews because of the trainings, the soft skills, and they understand about the company more well in advance, so that it gives an idea. to how to approach an interview. Each and every interview, the candidate has to prepare properly. Then only you can win. Standard CV, if you are sending for each company, it will not help you. You have to customize the CV and understand the requirements, and you have to project your right skills. This itself a 5-day program we are conducting every month. Lot of students are attending this program, and the initiative. And civil engineering, lot of entrepreneurship scope is available. Natarajan sir will explain you about the entrepreneurship, and guidance to higher education also we are helping. And we are supporting on site visits, factory and industrial visits through various professional bodies and the organizations. And these are the few colleges we are associated in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Various programs and various MOUs with various engineering colleges in Karnataka, and a lot of departments appreciated and our efforts, and their government departments, they are supporting CMTI for the site visits, the trainings, the quality management, the safety management. All these things are we are trained, and sir takes our Natarajan sir and Suresh sir takes those engineers to the project sites and they explain. These are the few program site visits happening in various colleges. If you see this picture, like this site trainings will happen, and the students will be taken over to the project sites, and they will be explained about the work procedures. And it becomes easy for the student also once they are getting as a full-time job. They can easily pursue their job easily, because since they have a training at the projects. With industry leaders, CMT has a strong connect with the industry. Presently also, if you take as of date, I have around 20 plus vacancies for various companies, and I could not able to fill up because of the skill sets requirement, because it takes time for identify and groom the candidates and then they place them. If we directly send, they are telling, sir, I don't want them, because they don't have that particular skill set which my company is requiring. So there is a small gap. It doesn't take much time for you also. If you are ready with that particular skill set, and the companies are happy to hire you. So these are the field trainings what we have conducted for various institutions: BGS institution, SJC, ATSJ, BIT, and DBIT. This is for Volvo. The students are learning about the construction machinery, because they are going to handle the machinery at the project. Because after this recent developments, a lot of companies are looking forward to deploy the machines and use the latest technology, so that they can do the works nicely and in a faster manner. So infrastructure is a sector where the machinery requirements are more. Mechanical engineers also required more. Civil engineers, they have to deploy the machines, so they need to understand about the machines, their capacity, their limitations and everything. So every year we take the students to the construction machinery division, and they learn about the machinery before they are getting into the job. And latest technologies, the nearest project sites we are taking, and they are learning at the projects. Best interns also we are rewarding. This is at Chikmagaluru, Adi Chinchanagiri Institute of Technology. They visited a project in Chitradurga to Hospet. It's a national highway project, around 1,800 crores, the project value. The students learned about the highway construction over there. Various departmental people, they are explaining about the plant, machinery, the quality, the planning and everything in a structured way. If you go alone, it will be very difficult to get their learning. If you are going in a group, definitely the people's attention will be there, and in a structured way you can learn. These are the advantages, feedbacks, and not only the construction we are teaching about building building engineering services also. A lot of services are there in the each buildings. Without electricity and water, the building is not livable. So we are teaching them about the electrical, plumbing and other building services also for all our engineers. So it helps them to handle the project in a better way. These are green building project visits last year, 2018. We took around 35 students from various engineering colleges to Hyderabad. It's an international congress. They attended, and presently also it is happening online. It is happening. You can attend. Invites we will send you. It, this is a campus ambassador program. We identify the candidates in the third year and the second year or fourth year level only, and we give them a grooming program. And you can also apply for this program. Here mentor the students, and we give the access to the workshops and internship assistance in project, and a lot of access to the online courses we are doing. Even the referral support we are giving, experience letter and all. If anyone is interested to apply for the campus ambassador program, you can. It will not affect your studies. Also, apart from your studies, additional skills you can learn from this particular program. You can note down this. You can take a screenshot and you can apply through the college. And we have our YouTube channel, Facebook, and all this to get connected with the people, and a lot of study materials available, and we are posting in our Telegram group also study materials and the upcoming programs and all. You can get connected with our social media also. And with this, I will hand over my speech to. I will conclude my speech and hand over to Mr. Natarajan. Thank you for providing me the opportunity, and I will have a small pep talk at end. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Natarajan sir, you can carry on. You can share your.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 1 minute, Natarajan. I will give
Yeah.
a brief introduction about you. Thank
Yeah.
you, Ashok sir, for your briefing about the students and what they have to do and what are the initiative taken by the CMTI to bridge the gap between the academy and industry and to help the career of the students. Thank you so much for being with us, sir. Thank you. Now, next speaker is Natarajan KB sir. Sir is having 34 years of experience in construction field, which includes residential, commercial, infrastructures, etc. Engaged in freelancing, third-party auditing, bill of quantities preparations. So this is various fields he has involved. On behalf of Don Bosco Institute of Technology and ICA Bangalore Center, I welcome you, Natarajan sir. Over to you.
You hear me, sir?
Yeah. We can hear you. We can hear you. You can share your screen.
Yeah. This is Natarajan from CMTI. I wanted to share something with you. Before that, I will explain you why this webinar is there. The main. Can you able to hear me and see the slides? Please respond.
Yes, sir. You can make it a slideshow, and we can.
Yeah, slideshow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why this webinar is required? That is the first question. The first question is I will take some 5 minutes in explaining to you regarding this webinar, why it is required. So when I am having about 34 years experience. I passed out from BES Mandya in the year of 84. So at that time when we came out, we had enough time to mingle with our seniors, and they used to be very patiently, they used to teach us what are all the things, and we had enough of time to learn all those things. That is one phase, say about 80s to 90, 10 years we had that process. We used to mix with our seniors. They had a lot of times to spend and teach us. The next phase is something like this. The companies used to go for what you call the campus interviews. They will select bright students, and they used to give trainings for about 1 year. Then they will observe that. They used to observe that the trend went on up to 2000, 2005 or something like that. That was the trend again, and there also there was opportunities for the students to learn, because there was a training programs always used to happen in 1 year, and they used to take the people to the site and they explain. Separate people were there in big companies, even small companies also. They used to take for training for a year, and they trained them. So that was the phase. And after that, the third phase started, where the work culture has totally changed, and it has become a fast track projects which we used to complete in 2 years earlier. They used to ask us to do it in 6 months. So you can compare how much time reduction is was there. And one more thing is, lot of competitions were there. After 2000, there was lot of competitions along the companies, and naturally they had to reduce their rates. They have to reduce their percentage of profit. All these things happened after 2005. Then automatically the training program stopped because of they didn't have the fund to spend on that. So naturally, all the companies, even including L&T nowadays, they are not giving training to anyone. They are directly absorbing. This is the third phase. In this phase, unfortunately, people are in. So what is the thing we have to do is, you will not get any time as you go into the project to learn anything. You will be blindfolded, and all the engineers, including the seniors, will be very busy in their job because they have to complete the project, which is supposed to be completed in 2 years. It has to be completed within 6 months. One third of the time has been reduced. Lot of competitions among the caste. All these things led to no training for the students. That is the reason why this webinar has been introduced. What I can say is it is a very good initiative taken by Mr. Ashok Kumar. I was impressed by him and I joined just 2 years back. Before that, I was working. I retired as the assistant general manager. So we used to see that since 15 years down the lane, we experienced that all the juniors who are coming into the companies, they had lots and lots of problems in understanding the things. They are been into the job with pressure 24/7. They had to work. They didn't have the time to think about their time to interact with others. All these problems started, and after I came out of the industry, I thought this is a very good initiative taken by Mr. Ashok Kumar. I voluntarily joined him so that I can share my thoughts with the students, and I can show you some slides through which you can understand what are all these skill sets required. So in order to become an expert in that skill set, what all that's required for that particular job, if you learn that, whether it is theoretical or practical, you will give a preference. You will get a preference among others, one who doesn't have this skill set. So what we are doing is, before this COVID started, we had offline classes. 3 months training we used to give, out of which 50% of the training was given for site visits. I used to take the batches of students to the sites. One more, Mr. Sureshar is there. He used also take them to the sites. First, we give the lecture in the class, and then we will take them to the sites, and we used to explain them. So that becomes what you can call a fresher. Will have a little bit of confidence instead of going blindfolded into a project. You will have some knowledge about the project. Thereby, you can easily pick it up. A little bit of confidence also comes in your brain that I know something. I am not blindfolded. So that is the reason it was happening. And after this COVID-19, unfortunately, we were squeezed to do online classes. And then with this, I will start my, what do you call, the presentation. Okay, this is my profile. I passed out in PS Mandya, 35 years experience. So no, we will show you some slides, few wonders of civil engineering. You can think that why this has been shown. At the end of this slide shows, I will explain to you why these things have been shown. Then you will come to know that it is really useful. Okay. So first thing is let us talk about the Taj Mahal. Can you able to see the slides? Please, anyone respond?
Yeah, sir.
Can you able to hear
able to
me?
see, sir. Sir, please make it slideshow.
Hello?
Yeah, you make it slideshow.
Can anyone please
Yeah, yeah.
respond? Can you
Available.
able to hear me and can you able to see the slide?
Yes, sir. Please proceed.
Sir, please make
Hello?
it slideshow, sir.
Make it slideshow. Slideshow mode you can make it. Yeah, slideshow.
Slideshow
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Yeah. This is regarding. Yeah. This is regarding.
Sir, please press F5 so that the screen will be.
So this is Taj Mahal, which is a very good monument.
Natarajan sir, can you make it a
Now,
slideshow?
you could not able to see the slides. Hello.
Slides we can see. You have to make a slideshow mode. The
Sir,
bottom there is a button.
F5 you press it.
One
sir.
minute. One minute. I'll
F5
come
you
back.
can press. Yeah.
One
F5
minute.
you
One
can
minute.
make
I'll
it.
come back. I'll come back. Give me some time. I will come back. Okay.
Otherwise, can I project, sir? Natarajan sir?
Sir has left the meeting. I think he is rejoining.
Yeah, he is rejoining. Otherwise, if he is not able to connect, I will connect.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, make it F5, sir. Natarajan sir. Natarajan sir, are you audible? Natarajan sir?
I think he's connecting still.
No, he is muted. He is muted. Sir, can you unmute Natarajan sir? Yeah.
Yeah,
Make it
yeah, I'm
slideshow.
unmuted,
If
sir.
it is not possible, let me know. I will do it. Yeah, I will
Please, you do it, sir. You do it.
You can
show me
speak.
the slide. I will continue.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, no problem.
You can speak.
Yeah. Hello.
Sir, you're audible, sir. Ashok, sir, please present the PPT presentation.
Sir, my window is not visible.
Sir, actually, your window is visible, but
No,
not presentation, sir.
One second. Give me. Now you can see, sir.
No, sir. No.
1 second. I will stop sharing and I will share again. Sorry for inconvenience. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, sir. Natarajan sir, you can proceed.
Yeah, this is about few wonders of civil engineering. So we convert dreams into reality. This is civil engineer's job. A lot of things will be on the drawings. We have to bring it to the reality. That is our job. Can go, sir. Can slide. Shift the slide. So this is about Taj Mahal. So let us have the engineering facts about this. Construction period is about 1631 to 1653. It is about 22 years. At that time, there was nothing available with us. Its height is about 180 feet. Dome diameter is 60 feet, and height of the dome is 80 feet. And this point you have to be very carefully. This one, foundation designed to withstand earthquakes and floods. You can imagine at the time of 16th century, They have designed this structure for earthwork resistance and the floods. You can the white marble changes its color as the sun moves. These are all the engineering facts that is required for this project, this monumental, this one. The next one is Vidhana Saudha. It is constructed in 1952 to 1956, 4 years. Architect is Kengal Hanumanthaya. This is the largest legislative building in India. All over India, this is the largest legislative building. It has about 4+1 basement. Floor area is about 5 lakhs. The 300 rooms are there apart from 2 assembly chambers. It doesn't have any supports in between, 700 meter by 350 meter. And the entire dome of the building is 60 feet in diameter. It's supported by 8 pillars. Cost is about 14.8 million. You can think why these slides are shown. I will explain to you once the slides are completed, why this has been shown to you. Now the next one is Krishna KR Sagar. It is at Mysore. Gravity dam across the river Kaveri. Construction period is about 1911 to 1931, 20 years. Height is 130 feet. Catchment area 10,619 square kilometer. Designed by the great M. Vishweshwaraya, Chief Engineer. Design yield is about 189 TMC. And because of this reservoir, a lot of people, a lot of farmers in and around and Mysore district and Mandya district, they are getting benefited. This is Murdeshwar temple. Second, it is nearby this Udupi. Second tallest Shiva idol, 123 feet tall. The hands are designed as a cantilever. Hands of Shiva temple. This one idol is designed as a cantilever design. And then this will have a Rajagopuram. And this is the latest this one. It is a Statue of Unity. It's much more bigger than the Statue of Liberty. One is one of the famous statues. So you can, the main thing is it took 57 months to complete. You can see, such a huge structure has been completed within 57 months. That means less than 5 years. 15 months of planning, 40 months for construction and 2 months for handing over. That means 1/3 of the entire period has been used for planning. So it is very important to note that how planning is very important to do a job. And of course, 40 months has been for construction. And 3,000 workers and L&T has, this is designed, this is done by L&T, 3,000 workers and 250 engineers for this small, this statue preparation. This has about 10,000 cubic meters of concrete, 6,500 tons of structural steel, 18,500 tons of reinforcement steel, and 1,700 tons of bronze plates, and a lot of other things are there. The bronze panels were transported over sea and then by road to the workshop near the construction site where they were assembled. These are all the main engineering facts. This is about Burj Khalifa. You know very well about this. Construction period about 6 years, 2004 to 2010. And then overall project cost is about $876,000 US. Floor area is about 4.65 million square feet. Height is about 2,700 feet. 163 floors are there. 58 functional elevators. 3,000 parking spaces. 304 hotels and 900 apartments. Only the 50% from the bottom has been designed by RCC. And above that, balance 50%, it is designed by structural steel and a combination of structural steel and RCC. This is a wonderful civil engineering project. You can see existing buildings have not been disturbed. And the metro rail, this one has been taken from inside. Wonderful technology has been used without disturbing the existing building. Can you name we want some of the people to participate in this. You have to name 5 major projects happening in India. Can anyone participate in this and tell
Sir.
me? Yeah.
Ganga Kaveri project, sir.
From where to
River
where?
joining of
Very good.
sir.
Very good.
From,
Right.
yes, sir. From Allahabad to Chennai, Ganga Kaveri river joining, sir.
Good, good. Anyone else? Any other
Atal
projects?
Tunnel.
Hmm?
Atal Tunnel, sir.
From where to where?
Lake to Mannar.
Yes, good. Very good. Anything else?
You
Who has
can,
been?
yeah, you can use the chat box. You can write here so that large number of people can participate. Name 5 projects, major projects happening in India. You can use the chat box so that we can read. Everyone gets an opportunity, be it as an interactive session.
Yeah.
Use the chat box. What are the projects happening? Kindly you mention. Ongoing projects, try to mention. Completed projects you don't say. You say about ongoing projects.
There are a lot of there are a lot of projects happening in Bangalore itself.
Yeah. Amaravati project, it is stopped and very slow it is happening already. After our projects, the projects which are happening in Amaravati earlier, it was by the government's initiative. Now the government has slowed down the projects, the present government.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
You can name some of them nearby this one only. Why are going so far away?
You can type here. Bangalore, Mysore. Yes, very good. Adarsh Patel has mentioned. This we have slide also. We will show you. Bangalore, Mysore Expressway. It is happening. Wonderful. It is happening in front of you. More answers. We appreciate answers, participations. Few more answers. We will continue the presentation. Metro. Yes, Bangalore Metro is happening. Hafiz Rahman has mentioned. More answers, please. Suburban railway system. Yes. Yeah, these are the major projects happening. Sir, you can read out and explain.
Yeah. See, this one is freight corridor. Hello. This is about freight corridor, dedicated freight corridor. It is only for freight. Will you please mute your this one? Disturbance is coming up.
Yes, sir. I think I will check. Give me a second. Somebody mic is open. Request everyone to mute your mics, please. Yeah, Sadashiv Gowda. Yes, sir. Done.
Slide, sir. Slide. I require a slide.
I just open up. Yes, please.
So dedicated freight corridor. This is only for the freight. Freight is in the sense it is goods. Separate road. This one is getting ready for the freights. So the goods to move from one place to other place so that it will become faster. For that project, 80,000 crore has been allotted from the government of India. National highways 7 lakh crores has been allotted. Namami Gange, this is for this 20,000 crores. Smart cities, it is for that 1,89,000 crores. High speed rail, that is we call it as the bullet train. It is already started from Ahmedabad to Mumbai. It is on the job. And after completion of that, and parallelly, they will start from other cities connecting the main cities. That is about high speed rail corridor. 1 lakh crore has been allotted for that. housing for all, 20,000 crores. And then Amrut scheme, solar cities, Sagarmala industrial corridors. This corridor will connect all the coastal places so that the goods can be carried easily. And this is regarding this this bullet train, fast and reliable. So you can start from Ahmedabad. It is reaching Mumbai. It is already on the job. This is one of the major projects happening. And who is the major construction contractor for high-speed rail project? This is the question for you in between. You can participate or you can put it in your chat box. Major civil construction contractor for high-speed rail project.
Yeah, Usha has shared.
L&T.
L&T bagged around 25,000 crores of this project recently. And there are 6 more projects like this, sir is explaining, like this it is going to come. And L&T is one of the contractor, they bagged this project.
So this is about Eastern and Western dedicated freight corridor. You can see now they started Eastern and Western, and after completion of this, they will going to start the Northern and the Southern also. These are all highways projects. This is national highways projects, 140,000 kilometers, state highways, major district roads, rural and other roads. Lot of road works and infrastructure works are on the job. 7 lakh crore investment needed for the highway sector in next 5 years. So huge vacancies are there, huge job opportunities there. I do agree that there is a little bit of dip in construction of apartments and commercial because it is getting overloaded. Once these national highways are getting connected, then again there will be a boom for this residential, commercial and industrial sector. The only thing what a student should think is he should not prefer a job nearer to his house. That is not possible as on today's scenario. You should come out and venture into these big projects. Thereby, your confidence level, your intellectual level will get increased. Thereby, you can come up in your ladder for a senior post. Present, Ashok sir, yeah. This is regarding Bangalore Mysore project, which someone was telling you. This is done by Dilip Buildcon. It is done by Dilip Buildcon. It is a master of a Madhya Pradesh company. They are getting huge projects all over India, national highways and state highways. 6,400 crores is the project value. A lot of disturbances there. Please mute your Prajwal Desai. Please mute. 117 kilometers, and the project value is 117 6,400 crores. You can see 18 months is the time given. That means the fast track, due to which people are not able to cope up with this. That is the reason why this webinar is getting connected, and CMT is working on that to see to it that all engineers should get the exposure into the industrial skill set. This is one of the major companies in India, Dilip Buildcon. Connecting the dots, it is 70,000 crores has been invested in such type of projects. So this is about Sagarmala project. You can see all the coastal areas has been connected so that the freights can be easily taken from one place to other, and thereby your economy will develop and your business also will develop. These are all the some national highway projects happening now. It's going on. Even in COVID situation also, it is going on with some restrictions. This is about completed and ongoing highway projects. This is the metro. It is in Bangalore, which is happening. First phase, second phase is completed. Again, we are going to third phase and fourth phase. L&T is L&T and a lot of other companies are involved in this. JMC is involved, URC is involved, L&T is involved. All these people require engineers, but unfortunately, they are not getting engineers because all the engineers are much more interested in government jobs and residential and commercial projects. So they have a huge shortage of engineers in metro. This is for your information. You can get into that by after getting training. Uh, this is about Hyderabad Metro. The whole Hyderabad Metro has been taken up by L&T. It is going on. They also have huge shortage of engineers, freshers, experience, all those things. So that is why we are giving some training through online and offline classes so that you can get more knowledge before going into the project. Civil engineering, why these things has been explained to you is civil engineering, nothing is impossible. But what are all the things required for doing all these things? This is a big question, which I will going to explain you in next slides. How could this be possible? This is a big question. A lot of huge projects are coming. How could this be possible? What are all the things required for making this possible? This is what the next few slides will going to explain you. And then we will come to the job opportunities and the responsibilities of each and every engineer. A lot of domains are there in that. Those things I will explain to you.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry to interrupt, but the slides are not visible, sir.
It is visible for me.
No,
I don't know about others.
He has to pin the presentation.
Please
You have to pin the presentation. I think Raghavendra, is it visible, Mr. Raghavendra?
Sir, I request all the participants to pin the CMTA office presentation so
Yeah,
that you will be able to see the screen.
You can pin the presentation of CMTA office. There is a name is there in the name list. You can pin the presentation so that you can view the presentation and parallelly you can listen to Mr. Natarajan.
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Yeah. So this is through proper project management. Then the question comes, what is project management? Let us go into that. The next slide. What is project management? There are two things. See, project management consists of all these things. It will start with communication. This is very, very important. Lot of people, even after getting an experience of 10 years, they are not able to communicate to the others. So thereby they're getting into the next level. It has become very, very difficult. So what is our advice is all engineers, freshers, improve your communication skills. Next is teamwork. You have to work as a team, and individually if you work, you will not get succeeded. Then comes the analysis. For each and everything, you have to have an analysis, cost analysis, rate analysis, time analysis, everything, management analysis, everything you have to do it analysis. Through this analysis, you will arrive at a budget. From the budget is nothing but the total cost of the project. Then you have to plan it. Within this budget, how to go ahead with the job without disturbing the budget and time. Time is also more important. You have to plan it. Then this is a very, very big, this one as like communication, problem solving. Everyone will run away from the problem. You have to stand there and you have to face the problems. Many people could not able to climb up the ladder because they lack in problem solving problem, and then they have lacks in communication. The next one is the milestone. Milestone, goals, and deadlines are the same. The result, or we can call it as the target. Milestone is for only small activity. Goals are to the next activity. The little bit of combination of activities. Then it comes to goals. Deadline is for the total project. All the three are targets only. And the variation in the amount of work which you have to do, it increases from milestones to goals, and you have to run from there to deadlines. Control, lot of control has to be there. Cost control will be there. Time control will be there, and then risk control also will be there. Risk is nothing but lot of risks are there. Topmost risk is the safety, and second is the risk in each and every item you are going to carry, like excavation, what all the risk it is to be carried, because these lot of things are there. One or two we can mention. It is sliding of earth is one of the risk. Second thing is to handle the water table. If at all, if you are doing an excavation, water table, if it arrives water, if it starts oozing from the bottom, how to do it. These are all the samples of risk. Each and every item, right from excavation till to the finish, each and every item will have their own risk. That is also to be taken care of. All this put together becomes a project management. Handling a project with a systematic manner is called the project management. If you don't have the project management, your project will not complete in time. It will go under loss. A lot of problems will be there in the completion of the project. So proper project management is very much required for a project. That's what I was showing you. These are all the stakeholders in the construction. Stakeholders are the people who are directly involved in the construction, directly or indirectly. Direct means employer, client, architect, project manager, project consultants. Consultants will have in each and every department, like structural services, quantity, feasibility, a lot of other things are there also there. Firefighting consultants are there, plumbing consultants are there, a lot of consultants are there. They are all directly stakeholders. Contractors, of course, who carry out the work, they are also direct contract stakeholders. Then comes the laborers, suppliers. And regarding indirect stakeholders, local authorities. Local authorities in the sense the government authorities, again environmental authorities. The media is also one of the stakeholders. They will publish what are all going to come up in this particular city or some particular area. What is the time taken? How is the status as on date for any project? These are all published in media. They are also the stakeholders. General public, they are, many of the public will be investing in all these shares for each and every company. They are also indirect stakeholders. Town planning board is again the government authority. Other competitors and institutionals, all these things are people come under the indirect stakeholders. Key areas of project management, as I explained to you, it starts from integration management, stakeholder. First, I'll start with stakeholder management. Stakeholders should also have a management. Then integration in the sense each and every domain should be divided into parts so that they can effectively work on each and every domain. Scope management, this is about the availability or the requirement for a project. This is called scope. Time management, you know very well. Cost management, this is also is very important. Quality management comes on the top priority. Then we will have manpower management, communication again, risk management, I have already explained to you. The procurement management, this is the latest one. There are vacancies in procurement as engineer, procurement engineer we call it as. They are very much in demand. A lot of companies hire procurement engineers. Lot of people have a wrong assumption that procurement is only purchasing. It is not like that. Procurement of late. involves lot of technical specifications, study of drawings, study of BOQs, study of IS codes, all these things involved in procurement management. So you can always have a job in procurement also. Then comes the definition of project management. What is project management? I have already explained to you. It is only in a simple, this one, project management is application of knowledge, whatever knowledge you have got, techniques, whatever you have learned, tools and skills to project activities to meet the project requirements within the time and cost. You can complete a project any way, but completing a project within the time and cost is more important. That is what the project management is involved into. Stages of project management. First is initiating. Before starting a project, a lot of initiating will be happening, right from selection of land and right up to the just before the this one construction starts. Next is planning. Once the initiating has started, then comes the planning, then comes the execution. In that execution itself, monitoring and controlling will be there, and then finally it will be closing. These are all the 5 main process involved in the project management. Project management always involves right from the initiative time up to till the completion of the project. But construction project is different. Construction management is little bit different. It doesn't require any initiative or anything. If constructions, once you start the construction, from there, the construction management starts into coming into play. Again, need, concept, end user requirement, then comes the master plan, architecture designing, BOQ estimate, then you will have to budget, marketing in infrastructures, marketing will not be there. Marketing is only in residential, commercial and industrial. Duration, methodology, this is very, very important. Methodology, how to do a job, each and every activity, how to do it. You cannot do as you like. That is more important. Infrastructure facility, resource management, quality control, safety, and then sustainability, maintenance, all these things comes in the construction management. Construction management only involves in construction, but project management involves construction as well as whatever the pre-construction activities and post-construction activities also included in the project management. That is the difference between a project management and a construction management. Why construction management is required? You can see by just one slide, you can easily understand. Construction has been started, rail is required, 2 rail is required. They have done it wonderfully from one end, and from the other end also they have done it wonderfully. See how it has joined there, it cannot be used. So finally, it is a failure. If construction management is not there, everyone start doing their own job on their own way, and this is the result. So for construction management is very, very important, as well as project management also. These things will be taught in our CMTI. For offline classes, it is about 3 months, 8 hours a day. For online classes, it has been reduced. We are finding it very difficult to teach every student because the time shortage. Even 3 months also was very, very less time for us to teach everyone. But whatever possible from our end, we are doing it. Objective of construction management, completing the work within the specified time and budget. This is the main objective. Evolving reputation for high quality. Not only the time and budget, quality is also very much important. Safe working conditions for staff and workers. This is the top priority. Sound decisions for lower practical management. This we have seen in our career. When we came up in the ladder as a project manager, we found very lot of problems because the junior level people, they never used to take decisions on their own. For small decisions also, they used to run to the project manager. that definitely will be a big problem for completing the project. So that decision making skill should be there for a engineer. Then motivating people to give their best around around you, whatever people are there, you have to motivate them. Not only you, others also should get motivated. Creating an organization that works as a team. So if you start motivating people, definitely a team will get created. Thereby, the organization will improve. So these are all the things which will teach you. A lot of things are there: earthwork, RCC, formwork. As I told you, the methodology. Each and every item has its own methodology that we're going to teach you. Apart from that, we have QA/QC classes. Then we have rate analysis classes. Then we have a lot of other classes also, including softwares also, like MSP and Primavera. And then we'll have cost analysis, secrets of construction. A lot of other things are there involved. About 12 to 13 domains are there. We will teach you all those things. So opportunities to become an entrepreneur in civil industry. You can see people always think that we don't have any job even after getting about 3 to 4 years experience. They are not venturing into entrepreneurship. That is the main reason. Every time a government cannot give all the people a job, it is not possible. So you have to take initiative once you get a little bit of knowledge. So this is the first one: land surveyor, licensed building surveyor. Unfortunately, no engineers are there in this. People who have done PUC, SSLC, and they have a BSc or BA, they will work as a surveyor. They doesn't have any knowledge about civil engineering. They will learn. Then after 3 or 4 years, they will purchase a total station or theodolite, and they will become an entrepreneur. Unfortunately, till now, no engineers are involved in this. And the next is building panel valuer, chartered engineer. Again, 2 to 3 years experience. Then you apply for a license for number 2 and number 3 also. Preparation of building plan, elevation and estimation. You apply for a license, get the license, can become an entrepreneur. Contractors, a lot of contractors are illiterate people. Building industries, highways, railways, infrastructure development, water supply and drainage works. Unfortunately, no engineers, very few engineers are involved in this. Maybe they are thinking that they require only the white collar jobs. We have done a lot of surveys. More than 50 to 60% of the people, they require government jobs. And you know very well that nowadays government, in this one, they are outletting all the jobs to private contractors. They require very few people to supervise, and it is very, very difficult. So many engineers, if you apply for a government job, not even 20 to 25% will get the job. And we have seen a lot of people wasting their time preparing for an exam. What I suggest is, you can prepare for an examination, no doubt about it. Parallelly, you work somewhere in a private company or anywhere to get some knowledge. I have seen one of my junior who has applied in 1995 for a junior engineer's job. You will be getting surprised. He got a call in 2018, 2 years back. He applied for 1996. He worked in a lot of private companies. He gained knowledge. He got an offer only in 2018. That means about 22 years. After 22 years of applying, he got it. Unfortunately, what the thing is, he learned a lot of things. Fortunately, he has learned a lot of things, and he became very more and more confident. So that's the reason why we are telling you, don't wait for a government job to come to you. You keep preparing for that. Parallelly, you will do some other jobs. This is about other civil works, mobile tower, electricity bill, civil towers. This is very, very simple. Mobile tower is very simple. Keep on doing foundations. Only the problem is you will be, the job location will be little bit isolated areas. Again, in this field, lot of money is there, lot of profit is there, lot of knowledge is there, little bit of risk is there. But unfortunately, no engineers are involved in this. Lot of people who have done BSc, BA, not even diploma, PUC fail, SLC fail, they have become big shots in this. Petrol bank, civil works, small works I might have seen in the cities, solar farms, water setting works. Structural design is the only thing which requires MTech. For other things, precast works, nowadays precast work has become a top priority. You can do that. But little bit of investment is required in this. Solid block making, hollow blocks making, curved stone, precast drain, precast slab, fencing post, favor blocks. A lot of people are involved in that, but no engineers. Special civil structures, this requires a little bit of more money. Civil chimneys, RMC plant, and then hot mix plant. All that 8, 9, and 10 requires a little bit of more money, but huge chances of becoming a good entrepreneur in all these activities. Only thing is you should have 2 to 3 years experience. Then you can jump to become an entrepreneur. But of course, it is not that easy. You have to put your own effort, and there are always chances that you can come up. Plant, construction plant and machineries, shuttering and scaffolding material hire. Here also a lot of things are there. People not, engineers are not involved in this. Again, a lot of non-technical people are involved in, and a lot of money is they are getting it. Specialized civil works, this is only civil works I am talking about. Land development, waterproofing works, it requires civil engineers. We have a lot of shortage in waterproofing works. Plumbing works, no plumbing engineers available, very few. If you become an expert in waterproofing and plumbing, a lot of chances are there in abroad. They are very much shortage. They have a lot of shortage, and they are adjusting with normal people. Authorized applicator for construction chemicals. Again, it is not sales. You will be given a manager's post in this, assistant manager, manager. You should know about the construction chemicals. You have to go and explain to the construction companies about the advantages using that particular chemical. This is also one of the main domain. Nobody, no engineers are involved in this. Again, a lot of non-technical people are involved in this. Retrofitting, renovation, rehabilitation. This also is having a huge demand nowadays, and a huge profit making in this one. But nobody know, very few engineers are there again. Interiors, very simple. In your own house, you might have gone for interior works. Unfortunately, again, there is no engineers in this. Non-technical people are very much on the line. And recently, software engineers are into this interior works. Software engineers, after working for 10 years, they will come out. They will start their own interior companies. We have seen latest scenario. No civil engineers are in this. Fabrication, erection, landscape works. It is very simple, this one, but no civil engineers in this. Facility management is nothing but arranging for securities, arranging for cleaning people, arranging for huge development, huge constructed apartment blocks. Lot of things will be there. So those areas also, civil engineers are not there. Project management consultancy, that also can be done by an engineer after 10 years. But unfortunately, people are more interested in carrying out concreting in big projects and shouting at laborers. But they are not thinking about improving themselves. Material testing laboratory, this is one of the requirements nowadays. Lot of shortage in laboratories in India. These are all the key functional roles. First is construction. Parallel activities, these are all parallel activities. As I said, architect, structural engineer, interior, mechanical, electrical, plumbing. From the construction, we will have procurement, planning, safety. These are all the domains required for a civil engineer. Safety, planning, procurement, quality, execution. These are all the particular job requirement industries are giving. They are not asking you to for the post of civil engineers. They are asking for particular domain. So you should become an expert in certain domains. Key functional roles of project engineers. These are all the domains I was telling you. Planning engineer, costing engineer, procurement engineer, contract engineer, quality engineer, execution engineer, and then safety engineer. So these are all the requirements, skill sets. Understanding for planning engineer, understanding the project construction and scope of work, sequence of construction, project planning, time planning, resource planning, cost planning, and then project monitoring and tracking, time and cost. These are all the things required for a project planning engineer. Costing engineers requires reading of drawings, working of detailed measurements, understanding the method of measurement as per IS codes, preparation of bargaining schedules. This have a huge demand. Many engineers doesn't know how to make a bargaining schedule, and the industry is very much requiring in having a shortage of bargaining schedule engineers. Learning of standard coefficients. This is for regarding the costing. Understanding the bill of quantities. Preparation of rate analysis for each and every item. Working out cost estimation for BOQ items. These are all the skill sets required for costing engineer. Will you please, some disturbance is coming. I don't know who is this. This much of skill set is required for a costing engineer. Quality engineer, as you know, quality requirements, project quality plan, material quality testing parameters as per IS codes, laboratory testing methods and procedures, construction methodology, quality checks and checklists and documentation. Execution engineer is the major requirement. Once if you work as an execution engineer for 2 to 3 years, if you are intelligent enough, you can know all the domains. It depends on your learning interest in learning. Different types of structures, drawing study, project execution plan, sequence of work, detailed construction schedule, working out resource requirement, site logistics, structural work, finishing works, MEP works, career opportunities for civil engineering industry. This we have already told you. Execution engineer, I have already gone through it. So again, this is the requirement. Industry, engineering consulting, government agencies, research. This is regarding a master degree and PhD. Technical sales and marketing. These are all the different domains in civil engineering. Prime skills. What are the prime skills? Is decision making skill, leadership skill. A lot of people are lacking. Even after working for 10 to 15 years, they could not able to become a leader because they never developed that decision making. Again, I have told you, small decisions, they could not able to take it. Mathematics is a major requirement for a civil engineer. No other engineering has that much of math skills required. Organization skills, how to organize the things. Everything is available with you, but if you cannot able to organize properly, the entire project will fail. Problem solving skills, speaking skills. This is a very, very important thing. We have seen in our online classes also. They will listen to our classes as a storytelling classes. They never ask any questions. They will never interested in involving in what you call the sharing. And then writing skills. Nowadays, not writing in pen. Nowadays, writing skills is required in sending emails. The latest, this one, how to send an email unless you know how to write a letter. It is very important. Time to plan your career. If you want to become an employee or entrepreneur, it is up to you to decide. You have to plan. This is the right time for you to plan and plan yourself, work for 2 or 3 years, and then switch over to entrepreneurs. Better to go for entrepreneurs. What industry expects from the engineers? Good academic track record. This 90% of all students will have, no doubt about it. Willingness to learn. This is one major drawback we are facing. We have seen in our projects also. Nobody wants to learn. They want to come, get in, do something, go out. That's all. There is no one to learn what is this, what is that, what is the next step. Nobody wants to learn. That is the thing lagging. Thorough knowledge about the project. And then interest and commitment to work. Self-initiative. A lot of things depends on self-initiative. You have to take initiative on your own. Nobody will be coming and pushing you from behind for each and every this one. You have to take your own self-initiative. Good communication skill. It is very much lagging in fresh engineers or even experienced engineers also. They doesn't have communication skill. Adaptability with the teammates. A lot of people, they will be always fighting with the teammates. They doesn't have that adaptability that is more important. Potential skill on construction practices. See, as you start learning one by one, you should have an interest to learn other things also. So nowadays, people are not multi-skilled. The latest stage is it should be multi-skill. You cannot depend on one particular skill. It becomes very difficult for you to run the show. So this I have already told you. Ambitious towards achieving career goal. This is very important. If you are content with certain things, you will be cannot climb up the ladder. So this is the thing which we wanted to tell you. Pass the truth to the next generation. Teach them early what we learn late. We have learned very lately. We wanted you to learn early. So that is the reason why we are passing on what are all the difficulties which we have faced, what are all the things we have faced to you. Thereby you can improve yourself and get a good result in your career. This is what we are going to teach you, value added courses by CMTI. This is our address, email address and phone numbers. You can always contact us to get the benefit of the training. So thank you very much for patiently hearing to me. So best of luck to all of the students who have participated. Please take use of our training sessions.
Yeah, any questions you can ask now? Yeah. Thank you, sir. Natarajan, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Any questions? You can type in the chat box, we can answer you. If you have any questions, you can ask in the chat box.
Yeah, even the feedback link is also posted in the group. So after filling the feedback link, you will get the certificate. So kindly fill the feedback form. If you have any questions, please post on the chat box or unmute yourself. It will be directly asked to the speaker.
Hello. Yeah, hello, sir. Thank you for this presentation. I just had a small doubt. Can you hear me?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, whichever company I go to their websites, go search in the career options. what is majorly specifies that only experienced candidates are very much required. None of the freshers, even who possess skills, are also required. They don't mention like that. They only mention saying only experienced candidates are required. What is how does a fresher approach for a job like that? Even though if he's interested into getting into that domain.
Yeah, this is a nice question. From your good name, I think Abhishek, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You are in final year or third year?
I just finished my MTech in construction management.
Okay, wonderful. From which place?
I'm from Bangalore, sir. I studied in Rasta.
Okay, okay. Okay, fine. See, a lot of companies, if you take, they are asking for the experienced professional because they wanted them to directly put them on the job. If you have any internship experience or some little bit of work experience, it helps. You can see if you see a lot of companies, they are receiving the CVs just attached to their email. You have to explain the things. Sir, I have undergone a project over there and I have a bit of a practical experience. If you give an opportunity, I can come and explain you. A lot of our students are doing this and they are getting placed also. And repeatedly employers are coming to us for this one reason. Our students are exposed to projects and they can handle the projects very well.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
See, it's like kind of a IPL and a 50-50 match. Which one you like? These days, everyone is looking for IPL, na? Because time is limited. They want the results to be fast and money also. The same thing in companies also. They wanted experienced people so that they can save the cost and they can complete the project in fast. In construction industry, the project values are more.
Okay.
That's the one of the reason. Presently, that trend also is changing. VTU made it mandatory for the internships because of this particular one reason what you asked.
Yes, sir. But
the person who has done his internship properly or the training properly, those people are hired. I have shown an example in my speech also. Started.
So, but the internship what the companies prefer is also a long time duration. But according to VTU, we have only around 6 weeks of duration.
Yes, that is a challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. See, why they are asking 6 months or 3 months of the internship is because you need some time for settling down to learn the things.
Exactly.
So 1 month will not help.
Yes, yes.
Yes, if you say the earlier days of engineering is around 4 years plus 6 months of internship also is included. But presently 1 month internship is very little, but little exposure you can get. But you can go for the 6 months or 3 months minimum internship with a startup or a small company, learn the things and apply for the large company. Definitely you will get connected.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
If you see our program also is designed like this only. 3 months only the program, 2 months classroom training and 1 month structured training at the project. It is equivalent to 2 years of experience. That much knowledge they are getting through structured training programs.
Okay, okay.
Okay, there is NICMAR there, RICS there, where they are providing higher education for 1 or 2 years. But a lot of engineers after their graduation, they don't have time or money to go for the 2 years course or 1 year course.
Yeah.
Lot of software institutes are there, they are not giving the practical skills. Some commands you will learn and where to apply you will not be knowing. Here if you in our program, the people from the industry only they are training. Already you have academic credentials.
Yeah.
Here the project managers who are working in the projects, they are coming and they are training. After them they are hiring for their projects.
Yeah.
So one more suggestion I wanted to give it to Abhishek.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
One thing is, don't expect too much of salary. The first one thing, unless you get a good job, you get involved in even if it is small projects, go to there and try to learn. Don't get, don't ask for too much of salary for first thing. And second thing is, don't expect a big company to hire you. To get into a small company, you can even work free of salary also. If that option is given by you, definitely people will take you for 3 months or 6 months internship.
Okay.
And Once you enter, it becomes your what you can whatever your this one put up in.
Yeah.
It becomes
my
your your input or your experience, or how communication skills, how you're going to learning processes, everything is in your hand. What I
Okay.
suggest is go to a small company, ask them, I am ready to work for a lower salary or without salary also. Go
Okay.
into that and learn. From
Okay,
there,
sir.
you can jump to, or that the same company also they can take you in, because we have seen, in one of CMTA students, he has not completed his engineering. He
Okay.
has gone to through Ashok sir. He gone to a small company who is doing precasting work
Okay.
for 3 months. 3 months he worked there. That managing director, he got very much appreciated, and after completion of his engineering degree, he got the job there itself. So that
Okay.
is one of the options I am giving you. You can try that.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. We'll
You
do
can
that.
take you can take the help of Mr. Ashok sir also.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Any other questions, audience? Yeah, our contact details is posted. You can contact, because some people are not able to speak in the group. They can contact our office for any support or counseling or anything. You can contact us. Thank you, Mr. Raghavendra. You can take over.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Ramesh, sir? Okay, sir. Thank you for wonderful presentation. I request all the participants to fill the feedback form, so that after filling the feedback form, the certificate will be auto-generated. The students who are interested to stay connect with the CMTA, you can look into the chat box. The contact details of LinkedIn as well as Telegram and Instagram has been shared. Even WhatsApp number has been shared, so that you can also contact with them personally to get any assistance. It's very good center to guide you. And I also, we are happy that Prayojana CMTA has MOU with us in the last year. So we also train the students within association with CMTI. So thank you for spending the time with us, Natarajan sir. Thank you for your valuable inputs, which may help the students to think in some other directions. Definitely it's required, and I request all the participants to think in these directions, because a lot of infrastructure projects are coming on in the India especially, so a lot of opportunities was there. So you can utilize it by properly trained and properly doing the certification course. It will help us. It will help you to get the good job. So thank you, sir. Thank you, Ashok sir, for providing the opportunity for our students. I thank you from behalf of Don Bosco Institute of Technology and Indian Concrete Institute Bangalore Center. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Raghavendra and Dr. Oral Ramesh and DBIT for engaging us on the construction management trainings and supporting CMT. And both we are supporting each other by conducting various webinars, programs and all. If you have any requirements, such requirements, you can call us. Our details already available, and you can contact anytime to CMTA. Thank you, Mr. Raghavendra. You can share the feedback form later once everyone.
Yeah, sure, sir. We'll share with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Look in the future also the same thing. And if the DPT students who want to do any courses or internship, please contact us. So we'll have a MOU with the CMK, so that we can have in our own college or in our own campus. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I am ending the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Leave. Yeah. Once you filled up the forms, you can leave. Thank you.